Hi guys, welcome back to Wolfie TV. And my God, where do I start? Where do I start? Brighton 6, Wolves 0. Humiliating, shameful, real lack of fight, lack of passion. Everything was just missing from that performance, and it's the hope that kills you, doesn't it? After what's been a really successful last few games. Tuesday night felt like we're all singing from the same hymn sheet finally. The football looked interesting in some ways. On Tuesday it weren't particularly nice, but we've played some interesting football in stages, and there was a togetherness about Tuesday night. Today's just been the complete opposite. I mean, firstly, I want to say congratulations to Brighton. Really playing good football. Can see why they're up there, and they did play some fantastic football, but my God, didn't we make it easy for them. It also made me really miss when we were kind of pushing towards Europe, that kind of exciting football that we played under Nuno. It reminded me of that. I really do miss that kind of football, the excitement in general. It was just a disaster class, wasn't it, today? Not really much fight shown. Players look lost. It was just an awful day at the office for every single one of them. And if we start by looking at the starting lineup, and I'll give my thoughts on that. I mean, I don't think playing Gomez, Ruben Neves, Lamina, and Nunes works at all. It just did not work today. I think you can't play the three of them, as in Lamina, Neves, and Gomez together. I think you can only play two of the three. And I think that Lopetegui was nervous about Brighton's attacking might, and you can see why he was nervous. But I think he chose the wrong option. I think he chose to basically try and defend and make it tough for them to get a goal, rather than trying to take the game to them. And I think, having that extra player in midfield set us up quite defensively. Meant that Diego Costa found himself, having played a lot of minutes as well, quite, isolated. Neto, I'll speak about him a bit later, but I thought he was the one good thing that we had today. And apart from that, it was just an absolute disaster class, and I think it's a real interesting one when we look towards the future of what's going to happen. Players like Jose Sarr really starting to show that if Lopetegui was one to play out from the back, unfortunately, Sarr's just not going to cut it. Too many times putting us into some really poor decisions and situations. Semedo, he's been brilliant this season, especially when Lopetegui's come in, but we know he can have an absolute disaster class of a game, and especially when things don't start well, that's when he tends to fall apart, and he did exactly that, in my opinion, giving the ball away too much. We weren't commanding in the centre of the park like we have been either. And, you just wonder, he made the subs relatively early, but could they even come at a sooner time? And what impact did they really have? I'm not too sure. I mean, guys, just a quick one for me before we get back to the video. If you can do me a massive favour, cheer me up that little bit, please. Please do hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And let's get this match reaction over and done with. I mean, let's firstly start about this man. Obviously come on at half time and just didn't do anything. Just really did not do anything. I mean, these players, and it's not just Hwang, but these are players that are on the fringe, should be trying to start, should be trying to do something to make Lopetegui think, yes, I want to give it that spot. And some of the subs just don't make sense either. The likes of Sarabi are not really getting any game time. I don't know whether Lopetegui's just confused about who his best team is. It's really interesting. I mean, Collins as well, come on. And, he had an awful game when he come on as well, let's be honest. I mean, it probably weren't the game to introduce him back into the team. Obviously, he got some game time, but we're already so much up against it. And it just weren't the right time to introduce him. I don't really know what the plan was there. Was it just to give him some minutes because he hadn't really had any, maybe to try something out? If it was to test him, he sadly failed the test. But Pedro Neto was probably the one good thing about this performance, because I always like to at least find one good thing, and I thought he was really positive today. You know, he was isolated, found himself very isolated. I do wonder if we played that another attacking player, I don't think we'd be sitting here talking about a 6-0 defeat. I still think Brighton would have beat us because they were absolutely at it today, and we sadly just were not at it whatsoever. But I thought Neto was really good. And then just in general, guys, what else can I say? Just a terrible, terrible day. You know, and I think it just shows there's going to be a massive rebuild come the summer. I want to say I'm disappointed and I'm shocked, but I'm disappointed, but shocked, not really. It's been a horrible season. I just hope that we've got enough to get over the line. I mean, 37 points, it's probably just about going to be enough. And my God, we've got Villa. We've got Villa next week, a Villa team that are playing really well. I'm not looking forward to that one. I'm really not, and I'm hoping they respond. I really am. Guys, let me know your thoughts. I don't really know what else to say. It's just really a day to forget, isn't it? And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Take care. Goodbye.